Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Up to the Real. I am Julien.
It's your boy James.
So, we're going to talk about some movie news. Let's start with an update from our last week's news. Kevin Hart, we said last week, was going to host the Oscars this year.
Psych!
2 days later, the Oscars makes him step down, and no longer we have a host anymore.
Yeah, that thing is falling apart, man. When are they supposed to be?
Yeah, huh?
When are the Oscars supposed to be happening?
March.
Okay, I mean they got a little time.
No, late February. But
Okay.
They still got enough time, right? The only problem is like, you need to start choreography, you need to start videos, you need to start doing all of that to be ahead of the Oscars. Granted, I understand why you let him go.
Yeah.
I understand because he had homophobic tweets and you wanted him to say, I'm sorry. And he didn't want to say I'm sorry until after he stepped down, which is understandable. Understandable to why you don't want to apologize because you've apologized so many times, but also at the same time, be a big man about it. Just apologize.
Yeah. If I'm sorry for something and later on they're like, hey, you did this thing, it's like, yeah, I'm sorry though. And they'll be like, oh, okay, you already said you're sorry, and you say again you're still sorry.
That's all you need to do. Like, literally. Like, you made a minute video about, like, how the world is sensitive. You could have made a 30-second video about, hey, I'm sorry that I made my tweets and my bits that I did years ago were kind of homophobic. I'm not that same guy anymore, right?
I don't understand the point of, like, just like you said, that time you used to say, oh, you guys are too sensitive. What's the harm in just saying, yeah, I'm sorry? Like, especially as a celebrity where your public image is everything. You could just easily be like, yeah, I'm sorry. That time still used the same way, except now instead of just making more people angry and trying to prove a point, people are sensitive. Now you just seem like a crybaby, and now you just lost out on money, so good.
So that's why I'm like, you're being a child, Kevin. And so now we don't have a host. We might not know if there's going to be anything. Rumor has it that they might want Jimmy Kimmel to do it for a third time in a row.
I'll host it. I got this. And apparently no one else wants to. I'll do it. I don't really... I might...
Here's your host now, guys.
I don't know, man. I think it's falling apart quick.
And this is even before nominations start. And I can know already nominations in January are going to blow up out of proportion.
And I don't know... Going back to the whole Twitter thing, because it came through on Twitter, right? Why don't people have a publicist who just... Because you can literally search your own Twitter for keywords. Look for any word that might have been really bad about that now that you might have used 9 years ago and delete all those tweets. Just go through, delete your Twitter. Especially, like, I don't understand how athletes get in trouble for that all the time for some dumb stuff they said in high school who are now in, like, the pros. I'm like, just delete your Twitter. Like,
find a publicist or somebody who is a social media data manager. Go through your entire social media history and be like, delete this, delete this, delete this. Like, the thing is, on that note too, though, I will say this, though. I understand the idea of holding people accountable for things that they have done years ago, right? But it's like, if I'm, like, this guy named Brother Nature, I don't know if you watch Brother Nature on Twitter. It's like, I'm 15 years old. I don't know what the hell I was doing on Twitter, and I was just saying some stupid shit. Like, cut the kid some slack. Whereas Kevin Hart, you was a grown-ass man.
Well, grown.
White.
Grown.
You are a grown man with kids, married, and it's just like, what are you doing saying some stupid shit, you know?
Yeah.
Same thing with James Gunn. Granted that he said some shit to prove a point, but again, it was out of poor taste.
Yeah.
It's just like, y'all, we got to understand social media courtesy and understanding censorship and things like that. But then that opens up a can of worms about free speech.
It does, but it's just like, have some sense.
I agree.
Like,
I wholeheartedly
you can say what you like. Free speech, like, you can say what you want, but you can lose your job over it in a lot of these situations, if especially in a position of power, like, or any type of fame, like.
Oh wait, we want to keep celebrities in check, but we can't keep our president in check, though.
On some different news, though. We got we wanted to possibly record last week, but it's been a little bit. But we got our Avengers Endgame trailer. Technically, I think they're calling it a teaser. But that's a trailer.
No, they said it was an official trailer. Now you want to change it to a teaser. No, call it what you called it first.
Yeah.
It's an official trailer.
The coolest thing I will say, so it shows stuff like Tony Stark drifting through space, probably on the verge of dying, is what he says in the trailer.
That's what it says, yeah.
We show the remaining Avengers kind of picking up the pieces after Thanos' snap, and now he's up on the farm with his big old scarecrow outfit.
Yes. Now, two things that I really like.
Yeah.
Ronan.
Yeah.
And I want to, like I was telling you the other day, Scott Lang being at the Avengers headquarters, literally out of the quantum realm. How the hell did he get out of the
That's the biggest thing I'm surprised to see. So we get Hawkeye, who is now Ronin, who's just going around apparently killing people for money, I guess. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know. He's probably killing people. I don't know why, but he's killing people. But the thing is,
the Yakuza works for Thanos. I mean, I guess we can assume that his family probably got snapped away, and that's why he's kind of
That's why he became Ronin. And the thing is like something traumatic happened for him to be Ronin in the comics. So it's like, what will be that traumatic experience? I guess his family getting snapped. So we'll see.
I am curious. I have a couple theories about everything. Like, Chris Evans' beard is gone, which may seem like nothing big, but then he's also wearing one of his older suits. Which kind of, and I feel like there might be some time travel element going on.
You think so?
Well, because he looked at the stopwatch with Peggy in it, and I don't know if something's gonna go. I think I have a firm belief that he might not be, because a lot of people think Chris Evans is done as Cap, and I don't think he's gonna die. I think he might go back in time and stay there.
Anthony and Joe Russo say that he's not done yet.
See, I mean, but if he goes back in time, you can do something with him in the past. I don't know. There's a lot of things that are weird in this show. Like, because last we saw Tony Stark, he was with Nebula,
and
but it looks like
he's drifting in space by himself, and Nebula's somewhere else.
I don't know. I mean, obviously, this is the first we're really seeing in the movie.
First official trailer.
But there's going to be a lot more to come on that front. But I can't wait. I mean, obviously, we've been seeing all these movies, so this one's going to be continuing. Obviously, the name Endgame, we're in the Endgame now, as Doctor Strange says. Now I'm thinking about it. When, this is completely side note, this is kind of just one of those flaws in the movie thing. When they first give him the time stone, and they're all sitting there on the Titan thing, and they're like, oh, we lost. Why didn't Strange make a portal for them to go back to Earth? He had teleportation portals.
Maybe he didn't know exactly where to go. I don't know.
He saw all the futures.
I agree with you.
I just thought about that because then he died on the planet, but he could at least gotten, I don't know. Maybe I guess you could say that one of the futures he saw, he does that and it doesn't work out well for Tony. This has to happen. I don't know. Just weird.
It is weird. But neither here or there. I was underwhelmed by the trailer. If you've heard my thoughts on the channel already, it was good.
No Captain Marvel in the trailer either.
Well, the thing is that you have to do that way. And the thing is,
because the movie's not out yet.
Right, and the thing is, and this is what I was talking about with people the other day. Is this is bad marketing on Disney's end. To be honest, you only needed 2 movies, 2 MCU movies. You got 3 of them coming out next year. You really didn't need Spider-Man Far From Home, because this is a big climactic thing that's going on for your phase of the Marvel Cinematic
It's
Universe.
the whole thing when you announce Spider-Man Far From Home, you know that Spider-Man's gonna come back type thing, or
right, how Ryan Coogler is being attached to director Black Panther 2 again.
But Black Panther's dead.
And it's guys, if you were gonna try to keep us in suspense, you wouldn't have made any deals. You wouldn't have done any advising, anything like that. You literally would have done Captain Marvel, Endgame. That's it.
Or just do your best to keep anything under wraps. Because
right.
when you announce that stuff, it I mean, obviously we already assumed these characters were all getting movies and stuff, et cetera, because they only had 1 movie and they were huge. But it's have some kind of give me something suspension of disbelief where I'm not oh, I can go online and realize all these characters are coming back.
Right. And that's the only thing. Disney could have done better with the marketing, but it's neither here or there. That's a whole nother video on itself. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is another trailer that came out, which was Godzilla King of Monsters, the second official trailer. Millie Bobby Brown shows a little bit more. King Ghidorah gets a lot more time.
Good.
Way more time. Who else? Who else did I see more of? That's basically it. And then basically they're talking about whose world is this? Is it ours or is it Godzilla's?
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty interesting. It gives us more detail on what this film is going to be about because basically what the premise looks like from what this second trailer is like, hey, all these monsters are coming out. And we need to find out which ones are here for us, which ones
who do we cheer for?
Right, and so it's gonna be interesting to see how all of, but again, Warner Brothers, this is a whole other thing too. It's like it's gonna be interesting to see how almost every single one of his known enemies are coming into this film and like are gonna make this sequel, and it's just like.
Well, because something like with like Ghidorah, you can always have him get defeated, but then some evil corporation gets him and rebuilds him, and then you get Mecha King Ghidorah. So like, it's really easy to ham like some more sequels, even if you put all of his big guys in the early movies. I'm excited for this franchise. I saw like some cool like models that they had for Ghidorah and the Mothra.
Yeah.
And Mothra looks really, really weird and cool. So.
And then Mothra looks huge.
Yeah.
So this could be interesting.
See, I'm just wondering, like, I don't know if they're going to try, because Godzilla's a pretty old franchise at this point. I don't know if they're going to try to make it seem like Mothra is, like, bad, and then she end up actually, like, oh, no, she's actually good, yay! Like, I don't know if they're going to try to, like, make it seem like a twist, even though it's well known. Yeah, I think this movie's going to be, I mean, I like the last one a lot. It's always really, I understand why they have to focus on the actors, but I'm cool with the actors playing like little, small to no roles.
Yeah.
Just show me big monsters fighting for an hour and a half, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I want.
And it's going to be interesting to see how all this is going to play out for the eventual King Kong versus Godzilla film.
Yeah, I think that's going to be, I worry about that one, because I wonder if they're taking too long to get to it.
Yeah, I think they are taking.
Because everyone's like, we know it's coming, just give it to us already.
They're supposed to be making another King Kong film before King Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah, like that's, you're having too much build up. The hype train's gonna die eventually.
Exactly, it's like give me my shit, give it to me. So it's gonna be weird to see. So other than that, I thought it was cool. I want to see. I really want to see it when it comes out in the summer. So we're hopeful for it. But last but not least,
speaking of monster movies, something we talked about previously this weekend walkthrough. We got a little glimpse of the new Sonic the Hedgehog movie and its new like animated poster. Man, that thing is creepy as hell.
Creepy as shit. If you could please, let's check and see who the voice actors are for this Sonic the Hedgehog film.
So I know the guy who played Jean-Ralphio from Parks and Rec is Sonic.
Really?
Yes. We have
Jim Carrey, who's Dr. Robotnik. Who's Tails and who's Knuckles?
So the first thing I will say that's the creepiest are his hands.
Yes.
Sonic wears gloves, and this thing he's got like creepy humanoid hands.
That was my first thing. Second of all, like, Sonic looked a little too lean.
Yeah, he's really buff.
He looked a little too lean for me. I was like, why the hell is Sonic buff?
We got, so Ben Schwartz, he's Jean-Ralphio, he's voicing Sonic the Hedgehog. James Marsden's in there as some kind of weird other, like he's like a human cop guy. There's a lot of people listed, but it doesn't say who they're acting as. Like, for example, there's a actress named Deb Howard. Her character's name is New Girlfriend.
Oh, God.
So there's still, like, it's just a minivan kid. There's a lot of bit roles in here.
It's a live action.
Yes.
So it's almost like Sonic X. If you watch
with, so it's going to have people.
So it's basically Sonic X. Sonic with, oh my God.
Yeah, so it's not like Sonic with other critters. It's Sonic in the real world with humans. There's really weird things that are, like, we don't know much about it. There's a couple stills of James Marsden just in like a sheriff's outfit, kind of standing around town, and then there's this poster. This poster is the most disturbing thing I've ever seen in my life. Sonic's got weird proportions. His head's too big for his body.
Way too big. His body's lean.
If you look, his eyeball, there's like his like, because Sonic's got like big old eyes. His like iris is like popping off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's weird.
What the hell they're going for.
Who made it? Not Warner Brothers. If it's Warner Brothers, we got problems.
I don't know if I can find it on here because IMDb's freaking out. This is what it says, by the way. A cop in a rural town of Green Hills Zone, will help Sonic escape from the government who is looking to capture him. That's the premise of the movie. Spoilers.
The hell?
Crap. $9 million budget. Yeah, I can't find anything on here real quick, but yeah, I don't know whose plan this was. I said previously, I think they need to go full idiot on it. Like, make it obvious that this movie's weird. That's your best bet. Is like, don't try. If you treat this seriously at all, it's gonna be atrocious. But if you have literally Ben Schwartz running around in the Sonic the Hedgehog costume, like a Halloween costume, and like the government trying to capture it, I would think that's funny to a point. But if you're trying to take it seriously with a big old buff Sonic, oof.
But see, here's my thing about that though. Like, one film that I really thought was gonna be terrible, but it looks really good, was Detective Pikachu. Like, Warner Brothers did a really good job of putting different details and getting us fan service for Detective Pikachu, right? And I felt like what they're gonna do with Sonic the Hedgehog, whoever is the studio, I'm going to find out after this recording, they just are just trying to throw money in it, and it's just like, no, you can't just do that. Like, give me something that I'm actually good with, you know? And it's, I don't know, bro. Like,
so real quick question to work on now: do you think Sonic is a hedgehog that gets turned to Big Sonic? Do you think he exists already as he is?
I think he should exist as already is.
I think he's either gonna be from like a different universe, and he speeds into ours. Like, he's like in a cartoon and he runs too fast.
Oh, so like, basically like
Space Jam-ish.
Space Jam-ish.
Yeah.
Like, he's fighting Robotnik, and all of a sudden Robotnik
he runs so fast. Or Robotnik's like, I'm kicking you out of this world, and he goes into the real world. Either that, or he's gonna be a kid who gets turned into a hedgehog. I don't know. This movie looks weird so far. I have no idea what to think. Hopefully we get something more soon, so that way we can make more fun of it and make more content. Yeah.
So we will see on that. But last but not least, movies that will be released this week is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It is at a 99%, Brian.
Oh, I'm not surprised at all. I hear that's getting a lot of Oscar nods, like, right at the end of the year.
Best animated feature, I heard. So, like, if you have anything to do this weekend, which you most likely won't, go watch Spider-Man.
Yeah, I literally stayed after Venom to watch the little endings. That's like one of the main reasons I went to Venom, is because they had a.
How did they end the little snippet look?
It was just like a little thing, and it shows him meeting Peter Parker. It looks great. Like, that movie looks fantastic.
Okay, so I'm anticipating it. I'm probably gonna watch it tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow. Thursday or Friday. I don't know yet. Mm-hmm. We'll see. Yeah. But other than that, guys, that's up to the real. This was a little longer than expected, but it is what it is. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on notifications if you have it. Tell us what do you think of the Sonic promotion poster that they had? Just bad. It's all the comments. And tell us what you think about all the other trailers that came out this week, and what you're looking forward to for Spider-Man Far From Home. Because a trailer was supposed to be released last week, but wasn't. So tell us what you think on that. Anything from you, man? No, man. About to get into the nitty gritty. Oscar nominations coming out around the corner, so we'll have some more content for that when it comes out. But from all of us from here, Stage 3 guys, thanks for joining us. Stay tuned.